I'm gonna practice the trumpet now. It's too hard. Hi guys, welcome to your class. And today we're gonna talk about how to practice the trumpet, how to play the trumpet. And yes, I was doing it. We're gonna use a mouthpiece. This is a device that it's called a mouthpiece. Has a small hole, just like a straw, and this is what we use to play the trumpet. Sometimes when we practice the trumpet, these are the things that we want to do. Sometimes it's like, oh, okay, I can play, so I can practice like this. You can kind of practice, but that's not the real practice. If you want to learn how to play the practice, the first thing, before you grab the mouthpiece, before you play the trumpet, it's the most important thing is your posture. Why? It's very important that you keep your back straight and that you're focusing. You feel comfortable. Some of us don't feel comfortable. Like sometimes I don't feel comfortable being like this because I'm used to be relaxed like this. When you're used playing the trumpet, your entire body is working. So it's very important that you keep a good posture. We're going to start by grabbing a cup of water. So it's a little bit more than half in the mouthpiece. If you're looking at this video, it's because you have a trumpet and you receive a mouthpiece with your trumpet. Once you have a cup of water, probably a little bit more than half, we're gonna start blowing. We're gonna start blowing like this. Basically, you're closing your lips. You don't want to do this. I'm a clown. No, we're no clowns today. We are just closing our lips and trying to breathe. If you think about, pretend that this is a candle and we're blowing through the candle. We don't wanna turn that light, but it's just we're bending the light. So once you can breathe, once you can blow, we're gonna put our mouthpiece into the cup and we're gonna start doing this. Yes, we're creating some bubbles. Same idea. It's just when you go get a hamburger, you get your soda. Instead of blowing, you're extracting the liquid from that. And you don't go like it. All you do is it's a little bit of air. But now instead of going in, you're going out. In the trumpet, if you want to play higher notes, you have to breathe faster. If you want to play lower notes, you have to blow slower. Look what happens if I blow faster. I get more bubbles, or I get higher. The bubbles go higher. If I blow slower, here's what happens. The bubbles doesn't go as high. So that's one exercise that you can practice before even trying your trumpet. Spend some time, it's fun. All you need is your mouthpiece. Make sure you don't lose your mouthpiece. And practice that exercise. Once you feel like you can produce a sound, you can blow through the mouthpiece. It's going to take you some weeks. It's going to take you some days in order to create that muscle. It's like when we go to the gym. Think about the gym. 2, 3, 1 day. Am I going to become very strong? Probably not. If anything, I'm going to be super sore. Same with the trumpet. Same with the mouthpiece. It's the first days, it's going to hurt. You're going to be sore. But the more you do it, you're going to become stronger and stronger. This part, your lips, are very fragile. And the more you do it, the better. If you can make a bass, if you can produce a sound with the mouthpiece, then you can play the trumpet. The first weeks, you're going to be doing this. No, you can't produce a sound because you're blowing too hard. Remember what we have to do? It's focus the air. Oh, I forgot to mention, I recommend you to grab the mouthpiece with 2 fingers, because if you grab the mouthpiece like this and you add a lot of pressure, that's not good for your lips. You don't want to use tension, you don't want to use pressure. All you do is grab it with 2 fingers, put it in your mouth, and blow. If you can do that and you can make a sound, eventually you're going to be able to make a sound like this. Trumpet is one of those instruments that you have to play it in your head, hear it in your head, and then it's going to come out. If you don't hear it in your head, it's going to be more difficult. But take a look at this. If I'm playing the mouth, I'm playing with the mouthpiece. If I can make the sound here, you will definitely hear the sound on your trumpet. If all you're doing is just blowing, we're not going to get a lot of notes. So focus your air. That's the first thing. Now that we incorporate, once you can make a sound, we're going to incorporate the trumpet. The trumpet, it's an instrument created by metal, has 3 valves, and it connects the air, and you can break it apart in many ways. I don't recommend, if you're a beginner, don't do this, but just know that it exists. But, so, the next thing, we have 3 valves. Valves need oil. Why? Because we have to lubricate these valves. You open it, push it up, and don't move it, don't twist it a lot. You just pull it out, grab some oil, any brand will be okay. Your trumpet should have one. You put it all around, other side, and then you let it go back. If you just let it sit like that and put it back, if you try your trumpet, if you try to produce a sound, let's see what happens. Nothing happens. You can produce a sound. Why? Because all those holes are not connecting and they're not letting the air go through another pipe. So you have to let it go and start twisting until you hear the click. 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 And now, there you go. Now you can hear. After that, you do that, you put it back, and you repeat the same process for all of them. You don't want to be doing it every day and putting a lot of oil. All you need is a few dots of oil and you'll be fine. Okay, every other day that you grab your trumpet, you can do that. Now we're going to start talking about how you grab the trumpet. The way you grab the trumpet is with your left hand. So basically, you put your 2 fingers, these 2 fingers, that the pinky and the ring finger go below. Then we use the ring finger on this ring. It's the middle finger, excuse me, goes on the ring here. And this one is a tuning slide. It's gonna be moving. Some notes will require you to move it. So we get that one there. And then your thumb, we have another ring. Some trumpets have a U form. Some trumpets don't have the curve, don't have the ring, but most of them have it. I'm just saying, if you are one of the students who doesn't have it, don't worry. That's just to help you grab the trumpet like this. With your right hand, that's the hand we use to press the valves. So your thumb goes between the first and second cylinder here, second. And we're gonna put the index, middle, ring finger for the valves. The pinky, this looks like a hook. A lot of people think that this is a hook to hold the trumpet. No, you put it on top. You put it on top. And that's the way you grab the trumpet. And with that in mind, if you can do all of these things, and you know how to grab the trumpet, you can start playing. That's the way you grab the trumpet. That's some of the exercise you can do. Now I'm going to recommend you to practice on a standing position. I'm going to do that and I'll see you there. Okay guys, now I'm standing, I removed my chair, and I'm going to show you how to play the trumpet standing up. The reason I'm doing this is because mariachi players play by standing. I have never seen a mariachi playing on sitting, for a concert. Uh, I don't doubt that one day that will be the way we do it because mariachis play with orchestras and different ensembles. But for now, every time they perform, they play standing up. So let's review some of the things that we did. We learned about the fingers, how to place our fingers on the trumpet. We learned how to grab the trumpet. We learned about how to oil the valves, which you have to do every other day, every 2 days. We also learned that you can practice with your mouthpiece only without using the trumpet. By using a cup of water, it helps a lot when you're blowing. And the faster you breathe, you blow through the mouthpiece, the higher it's gonna be, the higher the sound. If you blow slower, you're gonna be able to play lower notes. All of that is very important, and it's gonna take some time. If you're just starting to play the trumpet, it's gonna take a few days for you be able to create some sound. That sound, that's just breathing, that's just blowing. After that, you learn how to blow through the mouthpiece, try to make the sound. All of that, that's the small review. So far, that's what we have learned. We're going to continue. Now, mariachis, we're going to continue with the way mariachis grab their trumpet. The way they grab their trumpet is like this. They use their right hand, put it on the bell of the trumpet, and keep the same position that they had with their left hand. If you ever see a marching band or something like that, you might see trumpet players like this, or they put it on their lap when they're sitting. For mariachis, right hand on the bell, and you keep the same position the way you grab the trumpet. The next thing you do, sometimes you see other players pointing their trumpet. It's pointing to the floor. For mariachi, we want the trumpet level floor. Yeah, you want the trumpet to be level like that, not down here, no high, no up here. So level floor, just like the level, like the floor, just like the floor. Excuse me. So with that in mind, I'm gonna play the C major scale, and I'm gonna show you a few notes. Our first note is gonna be C, and when we play C, it's open. Notice that I said I'm going to play the note C. When I'm talking in a mariachi ensemble, I'm going to refer to the names of the notes just like a violin. However, trumpet is a transposed instrument. In reality, I'm not playing a C. If I compare the note I play right now with a piano or with a violin, that was a B flat because this is a transposed instrument. However, I'm just going to keep it. We're going to say C, D. When we play the D, we put the 1 and third finger. We use the 1 and third finger. Plus, this is the time when we are pulling out our tuning slide. It's hard to tell when you're a beginner about the tuning, but it's out of tune. If I don't pull it out, the note, it's out of tune. Listen. It's supposed to sound like this. So make sure you press and pull it out. The next note is E. So for E, I'm going to use 1 and 2. And if I play those 3 notes together, it's going to be like this. Open, 1 and 3, slide, 1 and 2. Good. Let's give it a try. Make sure you're trying this with me. Our next note will be F. For F, we're going to do the first finger. And for G, we play open again, just like C, but we're doing a higher note by blowing faster. What happens if I blow too fast? It's going to give me a way higher note. So if I play the 5 notes together, it's going to sound like this. Going back. That's very important. Those 5 notes will take you some time to play it, but the more you practice, the better, little by little. After you play to the G, we're going to continue with A and B, and until we get to C, until you do the entire scale, which will sound like this. I don't know if you noticed, but trumpet only has 3 vowels. So I have to produce all the notes I played have to be created with the vowels or open. So I could be doing different notes with an open position. For example, I can do lower C, I can do G, and I can do high C. With the open, all I have to do is blow faster. C, lower C, G, higher. That's very important that you take in consideration. The most important thing that I want you to get from me today is that you have to take care of your posture. You have to grab the trumpet. Some people will start doing this, sticking their thumb out like this, pointing to the floor. You don't want the mouthpiece on the side. All of that, it's the most important thing for you when you start playing a new instrument. Or I don't know if this is your first instrument or this is a new instrument. Whatever it is, make sure you practice the posture. The sound will take, usually when we go to mariachi camp in person, the first week or week and a half, we just spend it playing with the mouthpiece because it's hard to produce a sound. So don't be discouraged if you find yourself that you can play a few notes at the beginning. It'll take time. But I promise you that you will become a very good trumpet player. So put your mouthpiece, get it to the level. I will have more exercises for you. Make sure you practice and make sure you have fun, which is the most important.